Land. Here's Rob's forecast.
Welcome back. Well, the top weather story at this point is the risk of excessive rainfall. We go from drought and high heat to a wet pattern. We need the rain, but we don't want too much of it in too short a period of time. And per the Weather Prediction Center, we're hatched in for a slight risk of excessive rainfall, mainly Lafayette on westward through the upper Texas coast, where they're thinking in this area there's going to be some spots that catch 4 to 6 inches of rain, perhaps 2-day totals in the 10-inch range, and our models are backing that up, and we'll get to that in just a bit. First off, though, the end of June. Let's close the books on June, and yeah, it was a hot month. All the red dates, those are the days where temperatures were above normal, the gray dates right near normal, and the blue dates, a couple of them of late, where temperatures were below normal. We were 100 degrees just a few days ago on Sunday, today 89, and if we're ranking June, third hottest on record, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in just a bit. Rainfall-wise, scant, a little bit at the beginning of the month. This was an outlier. It was mainly at the airport, not across most of Acadiana, but at least some rains over the last couple of days. Some folks, though, still desperate for rainfall, but we will be delivering on that in the next few days for sure. Hottest Junes on record. You're looking at 129 years worth of data. Here we are, number 3. Number 2 was just 12 years ago, and right behind that was number 1 in 2011. So you look at all these numbers, 6 of the top 12 have occurred just in the last dozen years. So we're seeing that trend, and it all ties back to the warmth of the Gulf of Mexico. It's been warming because the atmosphere has been warming, and when the Gulf warms up, our temperatures warm up. So our trend for warmer overnight lows and even daytime highs continues, and that trend is not going anywhere anytime soon. And more heat in the atmosphere means more moisture in the air with these tropical systems. Now, we don't have a whole lot going on. Here's an 18-hour loop, this disturbance off the upper Texas coast. Things quieting down, but as typical with these systems, they quiet down right now, but about 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, they begin to fire up. And that's what I would expect going around this time, mainly firing up out here in the Gulf and then spreading northeastward. But we do have some storms in the area. You can see how things have been going over the last few hours with storms generating down toward the coastal areas. These are just heavy tropical showers, maybe not a stroke or two of lightning. So Forked Island, you're going to be wet overnight tonight. And some of the shower activity will be working its way up toward Acadia Parish and may even reach Lafayette Parish. 10 o'clock now, we guess probably around 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, you might see this shower moving its way northward. It's west of Intracoastal City, mostly marsh here on southward, but here are people here once you get near Esterwood on south, and then that activity moving northward across the area. So as we look at the infrared imagery, you can see how this area kind of blew up earlier today, but now is kind of calming down, and the National Hurricane Center beginning to lower the threat of any kind of tropical depression development. It's mainly going to be a rainmaker. Texas, upper Texas coast into southwest Louisiana. Elsewhere, the tropics are looking to quiet down for a couple of weeks, so we won't have to worry about things at all with respect to the tropics other than the system burgeoning by us. This system, low-end chance of developing, not a worry. Potential tropical cyclone number 2, looking a little bit better. Still not quite a tropical storm, but it'll probably become that tomorrow prior to moving inland across portions of Nicaragua and Costa Rica, where tropical storm warnings are posted. Could become a hurricane out in the Pacific, but obviously it'll be also getting a different name once it crosses into another ocean basin. So here we go with the latest graph model showing showers and storms. This is very similar to what we were showing you with the HRRR model. Stormy weather, it tones down by the evening and then kicks back up late at night through the early morning hours of Saturday, and then we do it all over again going into Sunday with late night, early morning showers. The main low might be somewhere up here in northern Louisiana, but we're going to be under the influence of that moisture. Now here's 48 hours worth of rainfall. The graph model, a little bit hotter than the HRRR model, but it can't be discounted. We're thinking a couple of inches of rain locally, but then much higher rain totals towards southwest Louisiana. By the way, you get into red, you're talking 20, 25 inches. That hopefully is offshore. And these systems are certainly possible of producing that. And then we look at the HRRR model here and look at the rainfall again. several inches across most of Acadiana, but you get towards southwest Louisiana, you're approaching 6 to 10 inches of rain. So that is a serious situation as we move forward. Now, as we get through the overnight hours, we're looking at temperatures dropping down to the mid-70s. Showers and storms developing mainly after 2 a.m. And tomorrow is going to be a plain old stormy day with showers and storms likely. 1 to 3 inches of rain, certainly a possibility for most areas. Higher amounts as you get over toward the west. And notice how that True View forecast shows several rounds of showers and storms and some locally heavy downpours there. Love that imagery and model data right there. So high rain chances tomorrow, heavy rain tomorrow, more heavy rain threats Saturday, which means it could be a flood threat by then, and we might see flood watches for portions of southwest Louisiana by tomorrow morning.
All righty, thank you, Rob. Stay